So maybe you've just, been like the first couple of months of the school year, or maybe you're in your final term and you're like wrapping up. Really just depends on where in the world we're going to school. But it's always good to sort of like check in, whether we're at the beginning stages or like nearing the end. How are you doing? Like, are you doing okay? Like, do you have any struggles? Let's have a chat. Hi, and welcome to Learning Life, and thank you so much for joining me today. You might be thinking, it's okay. I'm early on in the school year. Like, I'm fine. Like, it's all great. But honestly, those questions and those thoughts and those wonderings start coming in, are we doing the right thing? I'm an overthinker. I'm a classic overthinker. And honestly, I think I create my own stress at times because I'm just busy overthinking things. But, if we are wondering if we're doing the right things, those homeschool struggles can actually start showing early if we're not careful. And in that, it could lead to burnout, which we definitely don't want. And maybe you're here today on this video because you're like, oh, homeschool struggles. Like, what do I do? And if that's you, thank you so much for watching today. Thank you for just checking this out. And for everyone else who is watching, I just thank you for your likes and your subscribes, your comments, and being part of this learning life. In this life, as we are learning it together, we've got struggles. They happen, right? And struggles can lead to burnout. And, it's all real. It is there. And sadly, sometimes it can be damaging for what we envision, for our children and their education, because homeschooling can be so incredibly rewarding. I love it. I love what we get out of it, but it is also demanding. And if we can recognize early on, the signs of our struggles, then there's stuff that we can do. And in that, we can help to create and maintain a healthy homeschool environment. Now, struggles and then later on burnout really can affect both the parent because, we're doubling up as the teacher. And then we've got the household tasks, we're mom or dad, we're teacher, we're this, we're that, we're cook, we're the washer, all of these things. And it can also affect children. But for the focus of this, I really want to look at the parent and the struggles that we have as this homeschooling parent. Now, let me say that I think all of us at some point or more during the school year are going to start feeling some, if not all, of these things. And it is normal, okay? It really can sometimes just be from pouring from your own bucket without any refilling. This is me. I have felt all of these things. I have had these struggles. You are not alone in this. I'm not alone in this. I think we have it. And we have to remember that this is not a sign that you're doing things wrong. And that's where my brain kicks in. Oh, it's this, so therefore you're doing it wrong. Hence I go overthinking. But for all of us, maybe it is just a sign that we might just need a break. Signs of early homeschool struggles. Now, these are some signs that we can look for. I think it's important that we are aware of what could be. We talk about things with postpartum or postnatal issues. These are things hey, watch out for, this could be. But are we really talking about this in the homeschool community? Hey, you're new. These are some things that you could be looking out for. Knowing. To me, knowing is important. It's often that key to the prevention, or it's the key to getting some help earlier. And so here are some common indicators, some common questions you could ask. And if you are answering these, is this sign of some really big struggles there? Are you feeling overwhelmed, irritable, or constantly stressed? What these could be these struggles. It's not just parenting, but it's affecting so many other things, Loss of enjoyment. Have you lost your enthusiasm or your happiness with homeschooling? It might just feel it's too much. I don't enjoy it. I don't want to do it. Or maybe you're feeling isolated or disconnected, from other adults or social activities. Are you feeling disconnected from the homeschooling community? I know that when I'm struggling, I don't want to see anybody. You know what? I do disconnect, but then it takes me a while to realize, oh, I actually need it. You know, are you feeling like overwhelmed and you're struggling like to manage, like we've got the chores and childcare and homeschool and all of these different things? Do you feel like you just actually maybe need more structure or routine or purpose, like to help bring these things in? You know, if we're answering like yes to any of it, like if we're really going, hey, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling this, don't look at it as a failure, because it is not. It's okay to feel overwhelmed at times. It's okay to struggle at times. You know what? Homeschooling it's not a sprint, and I by no means am a runner. I do not want to sprint. I don't even really want to pace myself for a marathon. But we have to remember that we're not like sprinting out the gate and trying to keep that pace. We have to pace ourselves like we would in a marathon in order to achieve that finishing line. What can we do? So what can we do if like we're feeling like we're on the struggle bus, you know, like beep, beep, I'm on the bus, buckle up, people. You know, yes, prevention is key. Yes, that is true. I sometimes find that annoying because I know that it is right and it is actually helpful, because we want to prevent our struggles becoming burnout. We don't want that. And, you know, it can be hard to hear that, like, oh, prevention is key when you're in the middle of it, but it is something that like we should look at and address. Now, burnout is something that I cover in my How to Homeschool course as one of the modules. You can check out that link below. You know, I firmly believe that having some tools in place for when it happens or if it happens is really like that great way to be starting out or like continuing like along. Like we want to be successful, and having these thoughts and these ideas of things to look for and the tools I can use is important. And maybe you've been homeschooling for a while and it's only now just hit. Look, I get it. It happens. So what can we do if we are struggling? Remember that good enough is okay. It's totally fine to just be good enough and not be perfect, because the chances of that happening are pretty slim. And so if we can remember, you know what? I got up today. We got through our stuff, you know, like we just did it and it was good enough. That is great. Do the best that you can. Take a break if you need to. It is not going to hurt your child's education if you suddenly give them a day or two or even a week off so that you can have a break. You can reevaluate, you can reassess, and get your mojo back. Mental health days are important for parents and for the children. Take a break if you need to. Get that breath, get that mojo back. You know, cut back on what you're doing. You don't have to do every subject every day, or you don't actually have to do every subject. Focus on the core subjects and the skills. I'm a firm believer in this. I did do a video on what we don't do, like in homeschool, there's that link, because we don't have to do it all. And if we can be sharing like what we are doing and what is working and what we don't do and why, this is so super helpful. We don't have to do it all. You know, reach out, talk to a friend. One who is like homeschooling, like it's great. They've probably been where you're at, but it doesn't have to be. Or maybe find a homeschool coach. This is something that I love to do to help people work through these struggles. It is so helpful to have someone to talk to. Celebrate achievements, no matter how small, because doesn't everybody like love a win and a treat? You know, I use those treats with my girls. Hey, we made it through the week. We did it great. Let's go get ice cream. You know what? Celebrate these things. Oh, hey, you did your work by yourself without anybody having to like push you along to do it. Let's do something that's fun. You know what? Celebrate those things. Or maybe like consider hiring help for tasks like cleaning or meal prep, like if you're feeling overwhelmed with all of that, because outsourcing can be a great thing. And yes, I know there will be somebody that will say, but your children should be doing this. And that is true. Your children can be doing this. And when I've talked about this before, like get the help you need, I'm often hearing like, yes, but your children. But sometimes it actually takes more energy to get your children to do it, like to even 50% level, than it would be to do it yourself. Or, you know what, sometimes we just need a break and we just need somebody to help us to do that. Or maybe it's getting someone to come in and teach in a couple of mornings. You know, so many options, So many possibilities for getting like the help that we need. And take time for you. Maybe it's a new hobby. You want to learn to crochet, or join a class like for pottery or whatever it is that you want like for a season. Because if you are doing something for you, oh my goodness, this really can help greatly. Look, struggles can and most likely will happen. Like it is true. But how long we are struggling really depends on how quickly we recognize that we might just need some help and what we need to do to help the situation. Remember, you are not on your own in this. I've been there, done that a number of times. Call that friend, take some time, breathe. It will be fine. Just do what works for you. If you have some questions or you just want to start up a conversation, shoot a comment down below, because I would love to be able to see, hey, how can I help you with this? I'll also check out my website, LearningThis.Life. I have some great resources in there, like my little pocket packs, you need a break and you need to do something that's a little bit more fun. Hey, check out some of those there right now. Or, I love to coach and I love to help people work through these things. I am here for you. So check that out, LearningThis.Life. And if you want to help bring these videos out, you can do that as a champion. So you can check that out at patreon.com or again at my website, LearningThis.Life.